Cody, it's finally time.
It's time.
It's finally time again for the third time.
For the very appropriately, the third time, it's now time.
Yeah, for sure. Welcome, Crumple Zone viewers, to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
It took almost the apocalypse to make this LP happen.
It really did. We started this we started the LP for the first time 2 years ago, but this was after I had not played Metal Gear in a while, and to give you a frame of reference, I'm gonna put out I will have already put out the Calorie Mate video as the teaser for this series, and that was filmed in 2018.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, and we filmed that, I think, the second session of what's it called? We filmed that the second session of our first attempt at MGS3, which was
after the end of World
laden
War II,
with so many issues.
So many problems were coming up.
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Yeah. But yeah, and then some other changes to the Crumple Zone. I will be editing this entire series.
It'll be your debut as an editor.
Yeah.
Because you went back and watched the LP for MGS1, and you're like, dude, holy shit, did you not know what you were doing? And I'm like, yeah.
But that was also our first LP, man.
It was the first LP, and also I was still deep in depression and don't remember that year.
Okay, that's also fair.
There's some history there.
Yeah, for real. What was the thing? I remember saying that I was gonna do a compilation of MGS1 and MGS2, which I still might. I just have to download all the videos off the old YouTube server. But I've been rewatching MGS1 and 2 to prepare myself for this LP.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite jokes is one where we just go nuts about peg legs.
Yes, you messaged me on Discord about it, and I was like, okay.
I sent you a message of a thing that you said, which was, I don't care about polycarbonate legs, give me Peg Classic.
Peg Classic.
I lost my mind.
Gotta love Peg Classic.
Yeah, for real.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
Oh, you know. Uh-oh. You're playing a different version of the thing.
Anyways, know what he's doing?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think you notice what I know. Oh God!
Are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about the right?
10 minutes to drop off.
Yep.
Hey, are you deaf? He said, "Put out the cigar and put on your mask."
Okay, I did put in the options. I'd like MGS2.
Okay, well then.
I don't know if you saw that when I started.
No, I was looking at my Audacity settings while we were starting to make sure. It doesn't change anything other than now you have a Raiden mask.
Cool.
6 minutes to
You can put it on and take it off as you see fit, but it's just an item you have now.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Oh, also, just to let you guys know, I am using a PlayStation 2 emulator to run this. I do own a PlayStation 2, and I own this physically, so yeah,
But we
moral gray area, but it's all above board.
Not only that, but we tried to record this on the legit both other times, and both times it didn't work right.
Yep.
Oh
God.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get.
That's emulation problems.
Entirely possible.
It is.
Move to the rear.
Activate the alarm bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
Now we're fine.
It'll be.
10 seconds to drop off.
Why would it roll back towards vacuum? I guess maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's backdraft.
Status okay.
There's so many artifacts going on.
The slowdown's really an emulation problem.
Yeah.
2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Well, it'll be fixed for the next episode, but for the most part, it looks nice. It just people sound like they're drunk sometimes.
Sometimes people get a little drunk on the mission. Sometimes when you do the first Halo jump, you get a little drunk.
That is amazing.
What does it stand for? It's high altitude, low... What? Hold on, let me Google.
Yeah.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has
High
finally
altitude
given us the
military,
green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual.
Parachute? That doesn't spell Halo.
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right.
High altitude, high opening.
So what exactly is
Hey-ho.
this wonderful mission?
High altitude, low opening.
Well,
There we go. It's
about
exactly
2
what I
years
thought, but
ago,
it took 3 extra steps because they gave me
Soviet
other
scientists
answers.
requested asylum in the West through one of our
My favorite part about that is
His name is Nikolai
the high
Stepanovich
altitude,
Sokolov.
high open is.
Head of OKB 754 Design Bureau.
It's the noise you make
Soviet's
while you're
top
dropping.
secret weapons research facility. And the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same.
We're fucking morons.
Yep.
On April
I
12th,
miss recording fucking Purple
1961,
Zone.
the Soviets achieved
So
the first manned spaceflight
how's
in
Castlevania?
history.
I finished. I binged through Castlevania in 2 days because,
Well spoken.
well,
You were wrong
it's
about
good.
it.
I was wrong about it. I was like, whatever, it's probably fine. And then I watched it and I was like, oh,
Sokolov
this
is
is
said to be the
good.
man most responsible.
And then I
for
kept watching. I was like,
multi-engine
oh, this is
cluster used
really
in that
good.
rocket.
And then I got to the end and I'm like,
After
okay,
Gagarin
that was a
flight,
series.
Sokolov left
Yeah.
rocket
Because it's just a full like
become the
animated
head
remake
of the newly
of
established design bureau.
Simon's
From
Quest.
a lowly technician
I don't
to
know.
head of a design.
You're the
No,
Castlevania
That's
expert.
quite
That's
a success
Castlevania.
story,
That's
so why do you want
Castlevania
to
4. It's
defect?
a remake of
It seems
Dracula's
he's
Curse.
become afraid
Castlevania
of his
3.
own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a
I
crisis
also
of
like how
conscience.
you
And for
pegged
that,
me as
he
a
left his country and his family behind and went
Castlevania
over the
expert,
fence.
even though the
Not
only
exactly.
one that I've ever
One of
played,
his
and my
conditions
favorite
was that
one
his
is
family
Symphony
was
of the
also
Night.
to be taken safely
Yeah, it's
to the
between the
west.
two of us, though, is the
He used the
distinction.
mole to get the family
Oh,
up
Considering
first,
I've never
succeeded
played a
in sweeping
Castlevania
Sokolov
game.
over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards.
You're making a face at me. I can
I
feel
was the
it.
one who
Just
conducted
just
the
because I've
operation.
done the
security
die
on the eastern
monster,
side
I
was
know
still
that
full of
fucking
holes
thing
back
verbatim, and I've
then. Then watch.
shown that skill
We
off
got
in
Sokolov
multiple
over in one piece,
LPs.
but the whole
Most
ordeal had
recently
left
is
him
Dead
exhausted,
Space.
and we checked him
Yeah.
into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin.
Cutscene
He was in no
Simulator,
condition
my
to say
favorite
anything
video
coherent.
game.
Wait till the next game.
And it was only a week later that
45
we had
minutes.
something on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962.
I honestly
President
think that
Kennedy
our best
received
move
word
for that
that
is
the
just going to be like
Soviets
a
were in the
full-on,
process of
like,
deploying
we're going to
live
go through
stream.
MGS4
in Cuba.
in one sitting on
The
stream.
President demanded that the
Dude.
Soviets dismantle and remove the
That's
missiles.
like an
At the same
anniversary
time, he
event.
announced a naval blockade to
Because that
prevent
game,
further
if you
missile
play, watch all the
shipments
cutscenes,
reaching
is
Cuba. But
long.
the Soviets didn't back down.
It's a
Instead,
full
placing
60-hour
their
game,
armed forces
isn't it?
on secondary
With the
alert.
cutscenes.
Soviet transport ships
Really?
carrying missiles continued
Not 60,
on course
no.
towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an
They'll be
all-out
fine.
nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's emergency
I mean, while
Security
I'm watching these
Council and
cutscenes,
unofficial channels.
may as well
End the
pull
hair
up.
trigger
When's
standoff.
the anniversary of MGS1?
Finally, on October the 28th,
Of-
Main story-
the Union
of
agreed
RLP.
to remove its missiles
Main
from
story
Cuba.
plus extras
So the
is
world
22
avoided
hours
a
long
nuclear
for
holocaust.
MGS4.
Oh, so it's a fucking.
But
like,
in order to get the Soviets to
24-hour
pull their
stream.
missiles out,
Yeah.
we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the U.S. agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No.
Man.
The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were
Dude.
obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had
I was
no
actually thinking about
strategic value
doing a
whatsoever
thing
to
since we
either the
both have
US or
fairly
the
decent
Russians.
cameras now,
The Turkey
where
deal was a
do.
ruse.
where
A cover story
I
that
do a
was fed to
codec
other
thing
intelligence agencies
with
around the
our
world.
So what did the Russians really want?
made up
Sokolov.
MGS call
They
signs.
wanted us to return.
Oh, for a
Sokolov.
point of reference, the
You mean
the average
Soviets
speed
pulled out
run
of
of
Cuba just to get their hands
MGS4,
on
4 hours
Sokolov?
45 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no
terrible.
idea. We were running
That's
out
the
of time.
like the median, like the average.
Either
The
give up
fastest is like an
Sokolov
hour and a
or
half.
risk full-scale
Oh,
nuclear
shit.
war.
Yeah.
In the end, we had no choice.
No, but that's probably like an any
President
percent run.
Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand.
I've been really getting into speedruns
The
recently.
next day, I got Sokolov out
because
of the hospital.
I'm interested in
handing
like the
him over to
pathing and
agents
like
on
the
eastern side.
the mentality
Sokolov
of
kept
it.
on screaming,
being
"Save
like-
me," until he
'cause,
disappeared from my sight.
I watched through Castlevania, and then to test out my PS1
Then a month
emulator,
ago,
which we will be
we
using
received
to
some new
do
information from one of
different
our
LP.
moles.
I put in Symphony of the Night, and then I watched the speed run of Symphony of the Night, and it was like, oh hey, this is a thing that you can do, like make yourself go faster. And I was like, oh, okay, it's frame perfect inputs. And I'm like, how do people have the patience for this?
Something to do with space rockets?
No,
I could never do it.
I can't do it either.
Same technology.
Like I appreciate the hustle.
I guess you're right.
Appreciate the
Don't know
effort.
the details,
but
it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device.
Come on.
For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev
So
was
what's
ready
been
to pull
going
out
on with
Cuba to get it
you?
back.
I'm practicing my art, and it's taking away all of my time to do other
No,
things.
according to our intelligence,
Not the
he's
least
in
of which is
Selino Yas,
LPs,
a place
which is
in the
why I'm
mountains
editing
about 3
videos
miles
now.
to the west that's known as
Which
the
is
Virgin
also
Cliffs.
why halfway through
Virgin Cliffs.
halfway through
Nice
Dead
name
Space,
for
the
a
series just
mission.
stops.
They moved him there just recently.
Which I will also be
Why?
finishing as soon as Cody gets the
Apparently, they're
Cody gets
It's all
the
downloaded.
video
the
files.
weapon,
Oh, okay, cool.
but it's
I
our
can
best
swing
chance to
by
get him back. This
probably
mission would
tomorrow.
never have
and
been
pick that up.
possible if he was still
Since
in the research
tonight we've got
facility.
stuff going on.
This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known.
And then on
that
my
he was
end, I bought 2 3D printers, so I'm doing that right now. And Cody, I believe I warned you about that dumb thing that I do where I get hyper invested in a hobby for like 2 to 3 weeks and I just refuse to shut up about it.
Yeah.
Which I think is... It's something that we share. You don't get into like hobbies as much as I do, but like when
No.
you get in one, you get in one.
I sink.
Yeah. Because I think this has also been mentioned on the channel before, is that
Listen
we
up,
both
Jack.
have very
Your mission
addictive
is to infiltrate
personalities.
Selino
R1
Yas
for
in
first
the
person.
Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of
Oh my
Sokolov
God.
and bring him back to the west.
Oh, there's that drunk shit again.
If we don't get
a little bit.
Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery
But,
balloon will be dropped at that
submarine
point.
retrieval
R1 for
unit.
first person.
Helium will be pumped
too
into the
late.
balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch
Underwater
onto the balloon
retrieval
and pull
unit.
it up.
Taser blobfish reporting for duty.
You need to make sure that you have a good setting,
Take it easy.
like a good understanding of how the
Combat
emulator
room.
works, by the way, because there are going to be points where I'm going to tell you to turn the game off.
Really?
Yeah.
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
Like that.
So you're planning on going over the border in a
So
single
you're
combat?
planning on going to the border. Snake, you're
He's
drunk.
equipped with 2 6-barrel
Go on.
20mm Vulcan cannons. as
It
well
was
as 2
just
40mm
Snake,
machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the
David
reserve
Gator.
tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
I can't believe that he's just a screenwriter and a director, and then
If
they're
anything
like, oh
goes
yeah,
wrong,
also he did voice
You'll
acting
be eating
for
dinner,
Metal Gear Solid.
breakfast.
And all the rest of your
Is he
meals
really?
in the jungle.
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull up his IMDb.
Let me pull up his IM.
This is one of the bonuses of literally being on, like, watching a stream of it. I can just pull up the IMDb pages and stuff.
Yeah.
And just, oh, look at this.
In direct contrast to Dead Space, where I was telecommuting to the Crumple Zone office, Cody is now telecommuting to the Pacific Islander office.
Yeah.
It's great.
He was the writer of the X-Men movie.
No.
And X-Men and X2.
No.
And Watchmen.
Fuck off. Is he really?
Yeah.
That is the funniest thing. Oh, is that supposed to look like that?
Like that?
It was so stupid.
You said you like MGS2.
I thought thought it was gonna be like a control thing.
It is. Leave the mask on.
That sounds kind of gross, man.
Yeah, it does.
Jesus Christ! All right, make sure that the controls are all good. Can I take? All right, whatever. Good at Metal Gear. We're back, boys.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
Eaten one
I don't know
before.
if I'd ever order one
You
at
can
a
eat them in this
restaurant.
game.
Be careful, you might
Why
not
not?
have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
Ground control.
Oh, and Snake.
Canceling.
Yeah,
LP
The
is
crew
done.
isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea.
He was the writer for the
This
Scorpion
isn't
King
right.
movie.
Time
No.
for the snake to shed his skin.
Those movies are actually really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This reminds me, I've been wanting to
Leave
there
the
you go.
disguise on.
There you go.
There it is.
It reminds me of someone. I think it was on Tumblr or something. Someone posted, "Hey, by the way, if you ever feel like people are all like suddenly way too famous and there's no way you could ever achieve it, remember everyone had to start somewhere." And it's a screenshot of Kira Buckland's IMDb or Wikipedia page, and her first acting gig is every female voice is in a hentai game. It's the best.
Oh my god.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Fucking Dan Green in the
Can you
yaoi
hear me,
hentai.
Major Tom?
Oh man,
This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
This will be a sneaking mission.
kept you
They
waiting.
all
huh?
are.
Not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence.
Dude, if I ever get rich and famous,
kind of
or even
infiltration is
moderately
Fox
successful
units
as a
together.
media person,
In other words,
I would
weapons
have
and
like
equipment are
my
secure on
side
site.
gig would be,
That
oh
goes
yeah,
for
he's
food
just
as
in
well.
porn sometimes,
completely naked,
as a
just
voice or
some name
something.
implied.
Sometimes.
Just because it's
Now I
funny
see
and
why you asked me
dumb.
if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No.
He's the dude that
Good
vamps
reason
up
for
the
that. I'll tell
porno.
you later
He's
when
like,
the time
fuck
is
yeah,
right."
fuck the shit out of her.
Getting back to the subject. how
I've got
exactly am I
thunder
supposed to feed
sticks.
myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies.
I just
in your
imagine
back.
you in the background clapping your
Yeah,
thunder stick.
about
He's
the
like, yeah,
backpack.
fucking poggers,
I lost
dude.
it in a tree on the way down.
But
Got
like,
the big sign of the
I
the
see.
guy's
Well,
face.
You better go back and get it.
but like
We'll
not
just-
in the
You know where it
scene.
is?
No
Yeah,
problem.
behind the camera.
I can see it from
No,
here.
not behind the
It's
camera.
stuck on a
You're like
branch.
outside the window of the building.
To climb a tree.
You're like in the
stand in
swimming
front of a
pool
tree
of the
that's
place
covered in
where they
ivy
fucking
and
film
press
all the
action
pornos, and they're just like, fuck yeah,
I'll be
dude.
monitoring
Place,
your progress
the
over race.
place where they film all the
Can't risk
porno.
violating Soviet
Every
airspace,
company
but I'll be
has
in the
one
guns.
house that they film
Oh.
all of their
Frequency
pornos
is
in, and
Is
you
it-
know that's true.
140.85.
It's the house
I'll
party
give you a
house.
call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me,
House
use
party
the send
house.
function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Great.
If people are wondering why we're not talking about the game, welcome to this channel.
Yeah, for real.